With the having guys play and not play, has this worked out as well as it could for you? Or do you need to see tonight to really get a full evaluation?
I hadn't really graded it and thought about it that way, whether it worked out or it's just not my thought process right now. I'm just trying to play well tonight and get guys playing with confidence and a rhythm in that second unit, and guys who could, possibly play a role in the playoffs. That's how I've kind of viewed this whole thing. I'm not quite sure I'd give it a grade. It's,
The follow-up I had was obviously in the standard contract. The other day, you said he's put the work in. How rewarding is it for a coach to see someone come in two-way, kind of work his way into things and then get the payoff?
It's great for him. I didn't even know who Ish was, to be honest with you. And then the more I saw him and his physicality and then watching him work on his shot, work on his corporate knowledge of what we do and be able to, play in games after sitting for, a few games at a time, he'd come in and have a huge impact. And first time I really saw it was in Detroit on the road. He came in, had a huge impact defensively. And you could see his ability to just stay in front of the ball was going to help us at some point. And then he had a possession against DeMar DeRozan, in a one-on-one situation. He was able to keep DeMar in front and stole the ball, actually. And then you have the game against the Clippers where he just knocks down shot after shot. Just speaks to the work that he's put in, and we're happy for him.
Last thing I heard was just getting to this point, last game of the season. Just your overall just thoughts on where you guys are right now, moving to this last one.
I don't have one. I'm just focused on tonight, trying to play this game and win and have a good meeting. Just not at that place to kind of look at the season in that way just yet. I'm really focused on trying to get Aaron in a good package so he can play well. And how do we stop Mitchell? He lit us up last time we played them. And this is a team that just keeps attacking you. They play in go catch a lot, and they try to get to the paint and get to the free throw line. So that's where my focus is right now.
How about when can nights like this be? You guys have a lot of them where guys have to step into a role on the ladder of the pecking order. When you've got Aaron and Alfred that can both see bigger minutes tonight, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, I don't view guys that way as far as, but I think it is a valuable experience for all of our guys because they can gain confidence in a certain situation. But I think it also allows for the guys who are playing heavy minutes to, watch them and cheer them on and give them confidence and also build trust. I think that's what Ish did last time he stepped on the floor. I think a lot of our guys who play heavy minutes probably looked at Ish and said, man, that guy can step into a playoff game for a few possessions and help us. And I think that not only does it give us confidence, I think it gives the team confidence. I think these games are, they're valuable because you have a chance to win a game. Other than that, that's where my head is. But there is some things you can glean from, games like this.
Campaign is kind of the same deal. Wanting to be smart with the week that you guys have until playoffs start.
Yes.
Monty, last year, it feels like deja vu talking about opposing offensive rebounding again, and you guys cleaned that up really well at this point of the season last year too. What are you kind of seeing on film right now over the last couple of weeks, and what you take away from last year's experience of how the guys corrected it?
It's like league wide now. I mean, if you watch games, the amount of threes that are being taken, there's so many long rebounds. You almost have to go back to like college box out drills to get guys to not run to the paint. You don't want to go so far as to get the bubble and put it on top of the basket, but I'm looking at it. The numbers can tell you one story, but when you watch games, you see the same thing every night. Guys watch the ball and they go to the basket and offense gets an extra possession, 3. I think it's just a thing that we have to really be diligent about. You know, when that shot goes up, you got to go out before you come in. And that's where we've had some issues this year. And then, you know, if you commit to the ball, especially in pick and roll, sometimes you're putting the big who set the pick and roll, you're putting him at an offensive rebound advantage, and usually going against the smaller guy. We saw that the other day in Utah, and then we had to put 2 guys on Rudy and Whiteside just to make sure we got the board. So it is a focus for us. We have to be intentional about it. Just making sure that we don't allow that to bite us, you know, especially with tonight's game and the games we have coming up.
Does it go back again to something from a few months ago you mentioned where just like guys like Mikel, Logan, Jay, you don't grab it, just get a hand on it, really?
I think sometimes that helps. I'd rather get a body first and then go get the ball, but there are times where that tap out can help, and where you tap it to your teammate. We're not the biggest team, and that, you know, you have to be intentional about hitting a body when you don't have the size that other teams may have. But it's something that we all work on for sure. I mean, the players, they're pretty, you know, they're focused on it. When we bring it up, they both ends, like offensive rebounding and defensive rebounding, they try to do a good job in that area or those areas.
As the season wraps up here, was the best record a stated goal of you guys behind the scenes, and how did your guys respond to coming up just short last year? And here we are at 82 games, and you like how they responded all season long?
Well, I don't think we were focused on having the best record. We were just focused on trying to play well. And, you know, we flushed the toilet on last year. I'm sure guys think about it from time to time, but it's not something that we bring up at all. We were just focused on trying to be better this year. We didn't want to have a rear view mirror mentality. It still hurts and all of that, but it's not something that we talk about, and it's over with. You know, we have a chance to, you know, win tonight, and then after that we can look forward. But I don't think any of our guys, you know, spend much time talking about that.
I asked you about Alvin Gentry. He was thrown into a tough situation midway through, and then they trade new players, 6 new players. You could speak to the Alvin, you know, as a person and coach.
Yeah, he's just been so supportive of me since I got into coaching. You know, he's one of those guys that is underrated as being a bit of an uncle, father figure, godfather to a lot of us in this league. A lot of times we talk about Pop, and we talk about different guys that have been around for a while that mentor guys, but I think if you went behind the scenes, there'd be a lot of people talking about Coach Gentry and how he supported them. You see him in the hallway, he's going to give you some wisdom. If you see him before the game, he'll go up to every coach in the league and say something encouraging to them. And I've always had a really good relationship with him, so much so we hired his son last year to work with us, and he was too smart for our group, so we had to get rid of him. But just a genuine, authentic dude who's one of the few people that's, I heard some stat, he's like the only guy that's been employed like the last 30-something years or something like that in the NBA. It's some crazy stat. I'm like, that's Alvin. You know, he's people love him. He's a really good coach, and he's a really good person, somebody that I look forward to talking to when I see him.
Coach, regular season comes to a close tonight. I know your focus is on tonight, not the playoffs and what's ahead, but when you look at this year's team compared to last, what do you think is the biggest difference you noticed that hopefully can get you guys over the hump and ultimately win that title?
It's just not something we're focused on right now. It's all about tonight. Sacramento is the thing that is at the forefront. All of the comparisons and all that stuff, like we don't do it. We don't skip steps around here. And I think I've been pretty consistent with that. There's certainly things that we think about from time to time. It's just human, right? But to sit here and try to give you a great answer about, I don't think I'd do that well, so I won't waste your space. We're just focused on tonight. Yep, thank you.
Monty.